wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Erin's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Erin because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
So my friend and colleague, Erica Shanta Williams, Erica's Classy Climb, if you would please give her a follow. She tagged me this on we Facebook and we compete on who has more fun. I do. She has an honorable mention second place, but I have more fun. And this was in blacknews.com, and especially modernly with AI, it looks like clickbait, right? This is how the Babylon Bee makes its money is Americans are so shitbirds. It's plausible you could believe it because Americans have probably done it. Like, yeah, this isn't beyond Florida, man. And it says, and this is what confused, it threw me off. So blacknews.com, it's on the internet. Black mom, right off the bat, we're going with this. But it comes to blacknews.com, wouldn't you kind of leave it out? So I went and I looked up, and I'm going to keep the names anonymous because unfortunately the little girl has passed away in a horrific way. This happened. However, this happened a year ago or so. And it was one of those things way back. You guys think I've been doing, was the father available for comment? You think I've been doing this recently? No, this is an old shtick from my days in radio, which were very short-lived because never worked for radio, just get a podcast. Yep, here we go. We're gonna yeah, it's I'm not kidding. If I'm looking to move out of the United States, I'm looking for the most reliable internet and punctuality. People who just aren't late. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not even caring about obese. Anyway, so I'm gonna read it here nationwide in a heart rate. Oh, but back to is the father available for comment? If you go to the Fox News one, which is not as skewy or biased or clickbaity, right off the bat, I'm like, yeah, the father's not available for comment. It's not that hard. Children dying in daycare. There it is. That's all I need to know. I could Sherlock Holmes this one. Why is the kid in daycare? Broken home and the dad wasn't around. The dad was only available for insemination. I'm so fucking sick and tired of you. Strong, independent. I don't need no man. Single mom. Whatever songs are saying. You're fucking up your kids. Look, if you can't find a guy who's going to stick around, who's good quality, I know they're boring. Accountants, CPA, plumbers, contractors. No, you need the drug dealer or whatever. And when kids don't have their dads, bad shit happens. Now, this is probably the most horrific thing I've ever seen. But I'd love to see a study of kids in daycare. What happens to them? How safe is that? What happens to the kid down the road? I think it was not Will Ferrell. Dr. William Farrell? You're damning your kid. If the kid survives, you're damning your kid to a life of crime, poverty, misery, teen pregnancy, though those are going down. And hat tip to all you young people paying attention and not fucking up your life. Maybe not raising kids in a broken family. Thank you. I'm getting exhausted of. I'm not making the argument anymore. Kids need their dads. You keep choosing the wrong guy, that's child abuse. Sorry, it is. Divorce is child abuse. Shit. I want to say sending your kids to the public schools is child abuse. I have a large, broad definition of what I consider child abuse. But yeah, broken families. I'm not saying you're beating the crap out of your kid, but it's child abuse. And you should be ashamed. But no one's ashamed, but that's why we're going to read this now. Heart-wrenching interview. Ridiculous name. Can we stop it with the ridiculous names? Ridiculous name, the mother of a 2-year-old girl who tragically lost her life after being attacked by 3 Rottweilers while at a daycare facility in town, has opened about her profound grief and difficult journey of coping with her loss. She shared her sorrows and memories of her daughter. Even more ridiculous name. What is this? As she navigates the aftermath of this devastating incident. I'm sure losing a child with or without the parents or a stable family, you failed to provide your child. I'm sure that sucks. Never said people don't love their children, they just love themselves more than their children. That's pretty much every American parent. Not pointing out or singling out a single community or anything. That's every freaking parent in America right now. The mother's strength and faith are helping her survive this unimaginable pain, and she tries to find solace in the belief that her daughter is now in a better place. In an interview with Fox News, the mother expressed how much she cherished every moment with her daughter. Is that why you chose a guy who could afford you to be a stay-at-home mom? Every moment, right? That's why we outsourced it to daycare, right? Describing the deep bond they shared. I would just hug her and love on her like I always did. The mother reflected, calling how she would always embrace her daughter without any hesitation. Okay. Tragic event, which led to her daughter's untimely death, has left the family in deep mourning. Who's the family? Despite the overwhelming sadness, the mother takes comfort in believing that her daughter is now reunited with her own mother, who passed away suddenly. She holds on to the grandmother. She holds on to the idea that they are both now watching over her as guardian angels. The attack, which resulted in the daughter's death, has brought attention to the dangers posed by dog attacks, especially involving young children. I wish Fred was still alive. I would pay him to say, figure out the statistical risks of going to daycare. Show me the statistical risks. I'm going to say it again. Y'all sitting down in your fucking sitting down chairs. This is going to be worse than the words came out of that Austrian guy who led Germany back in the 30s and 40s. The best family unit is a parent who works and the other parent stays at home. I don't care about the man or the woman. It really does, because sometimes the woman does make more money. Generally, it's the woman that stays at home, generally speaking, who don't get divorced, and you have a commitment, maybe not marriage, because marriage is dangerous, obsolete, but you have a commitment that you're going to stay together for the sake of the children, and you at least stay together until they're 18 years old. Then you and the woman/man you married that you hate so much now can break up. Have some on the side. I don't care. But you get to put on a fucking 18-year act that you're loving parents and you're going to keep that nuclear family together. Something tells me the dad wasn't around he's not mentioned in this article at all. Attacked or killed by dogs, underscoring the importance of awareness and preventative measures to avoid such tragedy. Yep, outsourcing your children to a bunch of middle-aged rando women paid $12 an hour. I'm sure that's the best for everyone involved. I got an idea. Yes, you, sir, in the back. How about you don't have fucking kids? Kill them! Kill them! The attack, which resulted in the daughter's death, has brought attention to the danger. Oh, I already read that. The daughter, who was born prematurely, was known for her vibrant personality. Her mother fondly remembers her as a fun little girl, full of life and joy, always smiling and dancing whenever music played. She was full of personality, always smiling, always dancing. The mother said, recalling how her daughter would light up the room. She grapples with grief. She's also focused on preserving the memory of her daughter while caring for another child who shared a close bond with the daughter. The loss has been particularly difficult for him. Well, yeah, what about the siblings, How about the dad? How's the dad feeling on all this? He must be really sad too, right? As he adjusts to life without his sister. The mother shared how the nightly routine of snuggling, okay, blah, blah, blah. Revealing emotional turn point. Despite the horrific nature of the attack, the mother finds some comfort in the fact that the daughters, God, this is horrible. I do feel for the lady. It shouldn't happen to anyone, but can we learn from other people's mistakes? Do you think this would happen if this was a stable nuclear family and the dad was involved? I'm still waiting. We're coming up on the last paragraphs. Maybe the dad makes an appearance in the 9th inning. No, you girls can't do it all. I'm going to tell you right now, you so need men. We are not optional. I don't mean that for like a rah-rah cheerleading thing. I'm saying, yeah, society doesn't function without us. Kids need their fathers. This isn't fucking funny. This definitely isn't fucking funny. This is tragic and horrific. This cute man hatred feminist bullshit starting in the 60s, like with the fucking morons, the worthless low IQ morons singing whatever "we don't need no man" song, encouraging women to go and have families without fathers around. I can't say it's criminal because it's not illegal, but it's bad. Nothing good's gonna come of this. I'm kind of like, what did you think was going to happen? Did you really? Really? I'd love to hear the comments. Feminists or just women who maybe have a different opinion. Do you actually think you can do this whole life thing, let alone have a family without a dad/husband around? You think you can do this on your own, really? But if we had more money, oh, you mean more of other people's money? So you can't do it on your own. Don't tell me that's why we need government paid daycare. That means you can't do it on your own. What are you going to do? Take a bunch of women off of whatever STEM accounting career so they can all be What are we going to do? One for one, transact out women from productive things just to babysit the entire time? 200,000 years of human existence on this planet. Trial and error. Somewhere between 50 and 150 billion human beings have been on this planet. I think we had it pretty optimized with the nuclear family. Nuclear family found in every culture, religion, continent, and country, right? Nuclear family. Marriage, the ritual thereof, everywhere. Perhaps the process, the procedures are a little different, but it's everywhere. Oh, some pissed off, spoiled, elite, privileged bitches from the 60s were upset. And they had a different idea. And 200,000 years of human evolution could it be wrong? Us spoiled boomer bitches are right. Because we angry, yo. Or whatever bee got in their bonnet. I don't know. And you guys fell for this shit? I don't care about you adults. I do care about the children. You adults can go fuck yourselves. You're all fucking evil. Fuck you. Fucking little 2-year-old kid gone. Grief. The child died, they speculate, without much pain. I don't want to go into that. Oh, allowing her to say a proper goodbye. I saw my baby and laid my hand with my baby until I couldn't anymore. The mother said, emphasizing how important it was for her to have the final moment with her daughter. In memory of her daughter, the mother plans to launch. God, I'm going to murder you guys with your pop-ups. I'm going to find you all down. I'm going to kill them all. Jonathan, what will you do? I'm going to kill them all, Winston. In memory of her daughter, her mother plans to launch a nonprofit organization at raising awareness. Oh, so you're going to capitalize on the death of your daughter and supporting other families to prevent similar tragedies. So you're going to advocate nuclear families. Where's the dad in this? The family prepares to lay the daughter to rest. They have established a GoFundMe page to assist in the funeral expenses. This better not be some ridiculous money-making operation. Accidental. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. I'll tell you this. If you want to look up the article, you can. Hang on. What does a funeral cost? They're not asking for a ridiculous amount, so I'm just thinking that's more than the average funeral. That's significantly more. And you've raised enough for a funeral. I mean, if there's worse things for you guys to donate to than if you want to donate to this. Um no mention of the father. No mention of the father. Fucking Christ. Here, this is the Fox News greeting. Hug, all love. Oh, it's almost the exact same. I think this is a match word for word. They just copied and pasted it. Oh, dogs are killed. Good. Tested for rabies. I don't see the dad mentioned. Well, there you go. There you go. The father was not available for comment. I'm going to say it again. Kids need their dads. And you're not going to have a society or a country until you let fathers have their kids. And by the way, boys, by the way, it takes two to tango. Stop sticking your dick in irresponsible and crazy. And ladies, for the look, go have your sex. Go fuck the drug dealers. Go fuck T-Rash. Go fuck Chad. Go have your fun. I'm being serious about it. For the love of God, use birth control. And for the love of God, if you're not ready to have a kid, don't have one. Or maybe don't have sex. There's another option. And then when you're ready to have a child, will you please pick a man who will stick around and be a fucking father? So you don't have to outsource your child. You're not fucking poor. And there's some fucking goddamn stability in the household for you and the children. I'd love to see you feminists argue with me on this. Go ahead. I mean, don't know if you knew this. The world's getting sick of your shit. They get sick and tired of bad shit. Now, this is one of the more extreme bad shit things happening. Half the population is sick and tired of you blaming them for all your mistakes. We'd love to see you defend this. Go ahead. Explain to me how you can do it all again. You explain to me why you don't need men. Keep it. Go ahead. I want to see the evidence. By the way, link below, I got a book called The World Without Men. It ain't good. And that just focuses on the economics. I didn't think about safety of children. I'm going to say it again. I hope you're sitting down and you are super glued with your ass cheeks onto the couch cushion of the sit-down chair. You are desperately dependent upon men. Society needs men. And just so you know, men have never been so. Society doesn't need women. Look how ridiculous. We don't need no women. Society doesn't need women. Sounds stupid when we say it, but if you say, oh, we don't need no man. Oh, some fat pig of a singer is going to sing, woman. Oh my God, it got to the top of the charts. I Hate Men, the song by latest stupid corporate made bitch singer person with auto-tune. Dre, $2, Western Society. What is this father you speak of? It's called the government check. It's what it is now. Leon Reaper, 20 generous. That's like 30 US, 20 pounds. Keep being awesome. What? There's nothing. No. This isn't awesome. This is a fucking kid died. You have tragedy, a horrific tragedy happening. This family, broken as it may be. I don't know. Where's the fucking dads, right? I'm so sick and tired of like saying, nope, water isn't wet. The emperor has no clothes. Socialism works. And feminism is about the equal treatment. I'm so fucking sick of this shit. And you don't need men. And kids are resilient. Get the fuck out of here. Dre, again, to be ultimately cynical, cops can't complain about crime because there was no crime. Cops wouldn't have jobs. Doctors and medical professionals can't complain about disease because there was no disease. They wouldn't have jobs. I can't complain about socialism replacing men with government checks and feminism because without that and divorce and fucking all this effective child abuse going on, I wouldn't have clients. I would have liked to just be an economist or a nuclear engineer, maybe a cop or something. Nope, I get to do this. Do I consider parents divorce? Yes, but not like I wouldn't even consider it jail. I would consider it a finable offense, right? This is not assaulting or physically beating your child. It is abusing your child. You failed to provide a stable environment. No kid comes out of divorce unscathed. Not a single fucking one. And whether it's a broken home or you're divorced, no, both the parents are paying. If I was king, both fucking parents would pay huge amounts every year into their children's compensation fund. And it would have to go to like a STEM degree or trade school or down payment on a house because you owe them compensation. You fucked up the childhood. You better make it on the back end a little bit easier for your kids. We can't afford it. Work camps. Bus will be over at your place at 6 a.m. on every Saturday and Sunday. You work from 6. You'll be dropped off at 6, and you will go build housing to alleviate the housing prices. We're gonna have a government housing construction program. It'll be a bunch of other people, but among them will be divorced parents. Like, yeah, guess what? You're gonna build. Okay, we got daycare over there. Kids are we'll teach them a trade, maybe on the side. But yeah, you're paying off your debt. You're paying for your kids. I mean, you guys remember Trigun, Nicholas Wolfwood? Like he was like this assassin badass pastor. But he would care for the kids. Kids are the only fucking ones that are innocent. All of you adults are assholes. Let me tell you that. All you adults are assholes, and you fucking know it. I don't mean the lady in the article or anything like that. I'm talking all of you who outsource your kids, raise them, daycare, fucking can't wait for we get to the teachers. And I don't want to, oh God, you have you need drugs because you're acting up. Oh, well, you need just more school. And oh, get the fuck out of here. The only father known these days is daddy. Correct. Burbshide for $2 Australian. Dre, $2. Of course, there's a GoFundMe. Well, you're right. I did a meme. I took some 17th century philosopher, and I think I said something like, one must wait a full 35 seconds in the Black community before monetizing the death of a loved one through a GoFundMe account. That's why I looked up the amount. The amount was not a ridiculous amount. It was a little high, but was within reason. So I don't think it's inauthentic. And seriously, if you would like to donate something, please look that up. I mean, little girl, probably. I know she's passed away, but I mean, if anything, maybe the brother might get some toys. I don't know. Dre, $2. The only dad women want is daddy government. Well, it seems that way. Or daddy douche canoe. I don't know how we could get you, girl. The only way is that, we take away the government money and, you actually got to survive in the real world under your own. Then you might find a reliable, stable guy like Chad. Elkins, not Chad the sexy guy. Or Atham, chemical engineer. Or Alex Patino, our truck driving Latino agent in the field, truck driver. No, they're told what to like by Sex in the City and whatever delusional, drug-induced TikTok, Sex in the City, girl boss horse shit. Like, you need a guy making $8 billion. Cyberbully, $5. Women hate the nuclear family instinctively because it insinuates selling for a non-Chad dude. And here's where I am sympathetic with feminists. Based on behavior and action, most women are not that interested in you men or having kids, which is fine. I prefer you don't have the kid rather than torture it through a life where you don't want it. So this is, again, why I'm pro-choice. I think abortion is bad, but it should be avoidable at all costs. But what's worse is having a poor, tortured child living 70 years of mental illness. Um, and I know maybe they do hate the new. And think about back in the olden days. Would you want? Oh my God, my survival requires me fuck this girl I don't want to, and raise her children. I mean, think about that. I try to be as fair and empirical as possible. To me, I'm just like, well, then don't. And so, in some sense, we're right. We don't need you. Okay, cool. I think men should start listening. But for the love of God, ladies, can you not have kids? Can you for once think of someone other than yourself and not have the kids that won't have a dad? Yeah, the internet's down again. That's why I cut the Dre, $2 per cappy. Why don't you have kids then? Couldn't afford them. That's the main reason I couldn't have. Well, main reason I don't want kids. I'm in the statistical minority. Most people want to have kids. That's mostly your purpose in life. I had that shit kicked out of me, not physically. By like the age of 3, I just knew I didn't want to have kids. I'm like, nope. And to be perfectly honest, it wasn't until maybe I was 40 was I able to even financially afford children. There's another foreign concept, affording the children. See, before you have them, maybe you should make sure you can afford them, right? I'm just like, well, the government give me shit and EBT and outsource my child. No, see, like I'd actually want like, so if I have like, a kid, a human being, like, oh shit, better take care of it. But most people don't. But that's why vasectomy. That's almost 20 years ago I had my vasectomy. Can you guys believe not a single woman has taken me up on my offer of now, adjusted for inflation, $2 million after taxes, where they can have my seed and go make little cappies all they want, as long as I don't have to raise them? See, but I'm honest about it. I don't want to like, no, that's your problem. Sup is Zippy, $2. I'm glad I don't care about the Karens and 304s. I don't think anyone does. Dre, $2. All the adults are assholes and know it. Okay, yeah, quote me on that. Put that in put that in the rest of the pile of quotes. All adults are assholes and they know it. Because I am one now. I'm looking around. You guys are just, they are. They're all fucking assholes. There are so few good people. Okay, like Atham. I know we bust his balls and it really pains me. He is a moral, upstanding guy. Chad's a good guy. Great one. We disagree on people of different colors and genders. And I'm like, really? You seem to like these people. But in there's a good guy. There is. But yeah, I could count on one hand number of people that are worth shitting on. Yeah, but most adults, they are. They are. They are. Hey, Rushia, what's up, man? Good to see you. $5. If I say half the shit these women say, then my life would basically be ruined, not because they say it's okay. That's dumb. You lost me, Rushia. If I say half the shit these women say, then my life would basically be ruined, but because they say it's okay. Oh, yeah, you mean like you'd be fired or something, or no one would want to hang out with you? That's dumb. Or is it that generally women are fractionally interested in a sexual sense as men, vice versa? And so women can say, because men will forgive them because we want to have sex with them. Is that what you're saying? Again, not fishing for another super chat. Dre, $2. What if your kid became a commie as an adult? I would ask him, okay, where did I fail you? Where did you think it was okay to have a life philosophy, essentially, of being a parasite? And that's what communists are. That's what we're not arguing about this. I don't care how nuanced your argument or what Noam Chomsky said. At the end of the day, you're demanding to enslave other people, partially of their lives, to pay for your free shit. That's it. So I want to know, where did I fail to instill a sense of ethics? Or did I instill those ethics and somehow you came along and figured out that communism or stealing or parasitism, whatever you want to call it by its actual descriptive name, is okay? And then I'd be willing to walk away from my kid if they're a thief. Well, because of whatever, the evil corporations, the privilege, the patriarchy, colonial, whatever the excuse is, the blue-eyed people, the right-hand people, the tall people, whatever. I'd be like, okay, cool. Well, I don't hang out with thieves. I do not tolerate Democrats, socialists, leftists in my midst. I don't. Unless you are like an old school Union Democrat from 1980 and you still believe that horseshit, but you go to work every day, right? But I'd be like, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't hang out with someone who believes they're entitled to enslave other people, that you are somehow better than other people or other people don't exist. That's almost psychopathic. Um, yeah, I'd probably disown them. I don't mean like I'd put them up for adoption, but I would be like, yeah, you're not invited anymore. You're out of the will. But I'd probably make damn sure my kid didn't become one. I'd say, are you on drugs? What happened? Who influenced you? And I'd say, when you grow up and you support, but you're not getting my support, right? I already pay taxes. So go get all the government aid in the world. If you believe in communism, have a relationship with the government, but you're not having a relationship with me. I'm not, I'm not paying for you to advocate me paying you more through taxation. Bye. Dre, $2. I like the great one. He's an upright man. Yeah, I know. I mean, not everyone's perfect, but and it's funny because you're not the only black guy who listens to him, despite him dropping N bombs all the time. And he's good. He's got other steel. I'm quarter Jewish. He's not a friend of the Jews, but he still hangs out with me. He claims not to like women, but he treats my girl and all these women like he's the nicest guy to you in person. It's like, well, how does this jive with your stances? I At the end of the day, I don't think he's against a particular group of people. He's against parasites and communists and thieves. He has yet to make the distinction that, okay, some groups might have higher leftist political beliefs than others, but there's still good people within. That's why he's like, he likes Ed Latimer. Oh, yeah, you know this Ed Latimer guy? I'm like, yeah, I've talked to him. Yeah, I know Ed. And there's another black podcaster he listens to. I forget that guy's. He's got a hat. And he's like, well, I'm like, yeah, but you know, you listen to him, Dre. Uber noob, $5. I saw a middle schooler accused of stealing go on Bookface Live, swear at the cops, threaten to throw hands, and demand they tase him. I saw a middle schooler accused of stealing, swear at the cops, threaten to throw hands, and demand they tase him. Okay, so the father was also. I mean, really, what would your dad? That doesn't happen with a real dad around or involved. Now, maybe a Minnesota father. Whoa, honey, what do we do? Because you're not allowed to make any. You are literally, if you are a Minnesota father, you are just a sperm donor. Now shut up and vote Democrat. You little bitch. That's all Minnesota dads. Honey, what do we do? So that would happen. But a real old school man, like an old school dad, oh, dude. If I pulled that, we didn't have Facebook in my day, but if I pulled any of that shit, my old man would beat the crap out of me, like legally, like spank me. But a lot. I'd be limping for weeks if I pulled that shit. And that would be good for me. Yeah. Show me there's no father in the household without showing me there's no father. Tell me you grew up in Minnesota without telling me you grew up in Minnesota. Dre, $2, but Cappy, it's just a word. He generally means no, I know. I know it. There's also what good does using racial epithets? What does that help, right? For example, I'm not going to burn the Quran, right? I have a lot of disagreements with Muslims, but I see no reason to burn. Why would I do that? Why would I burn the U.S. flag? Why would I burn a feminist flag, right? Why would I use slang for different groups of people? It doesn't accomplish anything. It just hurts or agitates. I don't know if it doesn't really hurt. It hurts easily offended, fragile people, but it's just annoying, right? It's not mature either. Um, so yeah, no, it's just a word. Yeah, people have called me plenty of things. Who cares? And he does genuinely mean well, but it'd be like, I don't know, really? You've not met one Jew that was kind of funny or cool? Dre, $2. The Ray one would love Coach Greg's Adams. He listened to him. Does he? I don't know. He's never mentioned Coach Greg Adams. See, but here's the thing, Dre. It has nothing to do with these guys being black. They're wise. They're smart. What they're saying is true. I don't even think Coach Greg talks about race issues, maybe tangentially, and as so far they happens to be black. But I think it's mainly about women and all that. Heck, I saw him do a podcast on his walks out in the desert. Faithful Sock, $5. I was making fun of your frustration with the spray bottles until the same. Oh, did it now, Faithful Sock? I was making fun of your frustration with the spray bottles until the same thing happened to me. Now I share your frustration. Yep. They saved half a penny on all the spray bottle nozzles and they don't work no more. Real, $5. I've never heard you talk about a woman with the same sense of loss and longing as you did the great one, not helping the claims of hetero alignment. It was a joke. It was all a joke. The great one and I are friends. I was busting his balls because he's like, I got to work 4th of July. And I said, do you remember the good times we used to hang out when you didn't work so much? Remember when you were marginally employed? Those are great times. Like, yeah, those are good times. I'm like, yeah. It's funny. I think I've spent more time with him now that when we lived in Fort Collins than now that he's like 20 minutes away from me because he's just so busy working. No, I got very few friends I agree with on everything. And sometimes they're morally like, but for the most part, yeah, you can have some minor ethical disagreements. Like we all agree not to kill kids, right? We're all on that. I think we all agree, right? Kids are innocent. Don't steal, right? Okay. The use of racial slurs. I think we still play with the general rules of baseball here. But yeah, there could be good people that you will have some slight and moderate ethical disagreements with. Dre, $2. Recommend Coach Greg Adams to the ground. Okay, I will. It'd be like the 3rd or 4th black podcast he listens to. This guy's really good. Like, man, you listen to more black podcasters than I do. All right, that's it. Link below. I have that book, A World Without Men. I would implore you women to read it who you think you don't need men, and just go look and see what happens if you take men out of the economy, what it would look like. I would strongly recommend all of you look. Right, we can't tell you. Don't tell me anything, right, lady? Okay, I got it. Men, it's up to you. Please consider the innocent children that you theoretically would bring into the world. Okay, please consider things like vasectomies. Please wrap it up. Make sure you choose the right girl if you're going to commit to one. Have conversations. Say, we are not, there's none of this divorce shit, right? Prenups. I get the kids. I mean, unfortunately, that's the world we live in. It's one thing if you're not going to have kids, you don't have to worry about it. If you're going to have kids, you're dealing with other people and they're innocent. Why? Because adults are assholes and they're not innocent. They're adults. Kids are innocent. So consider the kids that you theoretically have yet to have yet. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.